right, it's the end of the day. Be grateful that you cannot smell from the camp. Sorry about that, my colleague just walked through the car. Good morning, friends. It is Monday, May 22nd, and we officially have 8 more days left of school. I guess you would say we have 2 Mondays because we have today, and then we have next Monday, well, next Tuesday, because we're off for Memorial Day. So, and then I think the kids are here till Wednesday or Thursday. Go to June 1st, and then summer break is in full effect. So we're just trying to get through these last 8 days. My kids are already on vacation. Last week was a struggle getting them to do work. Every other 5 minutes was, extra recess. If we do this, can we get extra recess? That's pretty much how it's been across the board. Not just my room, but like everyone else's room as well. So I'm assuming it's all across the nation. But yeah, comment below and let me know how many more days you have until you're out, if you're a teacher that follows me or that is watching. And so yeah, so I'm just gonna head to school today, and then we have been kind of doing just some geography, map regions. We don't get a lot of opportunity to do it too much throughout the year. I plan on changing that next year because I really feel like it is really important. I feel like it's something that we're lacking in school, and so the good thing is that we're piloting a new curriculum next year. Well, our school, our district is, not so much me yet. Bummer. So, we still kind of are in the current curriculum stages, which I really don't think is suitable for my EL students. And so, I think I'm going to hopefully have a little free range to kind of do some necessary things that I need to do next year. So, so I think we're going to continue with that. I think we're finishing up the West region. And then hopefully maybe this week we can get through a few other regions at least before we, get out of school or whatever. We have field trip this week on Wednesday to the Brookfield Zoo. And then we have our trip to our middle school with our 5th graders, just to kind of, a lot of them know it because their brothers and sisters go there, but some don't. And so we're kind of just going and getting the tour and having them speak to some some 8th grade students that are about to graduate to go to high school, to kind of just give them a little feel of how it's going to go. So that's this week. So I'm hoping that comes sooner than later so we can get our lives together. But yeah, so that's kind of the start of my week. I'm going to try to vlog the whole week, but if I don't end up vlogging the whole week, maybe I'll just get a few days, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how crazy it is the last couple weeks of school. And if you are not a teacher who teaches in May, you do not know the struggle. So I will definitely take you guys along with me so you guys can kind of just see just the chaos that is teaching in May when the sun is shining, it's 80 degrees outside, and the kids would rather be anywhere else but in class learning. So, all right, onward and upward. All right, we are in is very cold. My classroom is like a movie theater. The minute that it's like even remotely nice outside, it's cold. So I just want to show you really quickly what we're going to be doing today. So this is our western region. We're going to be doing Montana, Idaho, Hawaii, and Colorado. And so I got this off of TPT Shelly Reese, and it has the states here. You know what, let me just show. So it has the state, and it kind of shows how it looks. It kind of has like some information regarding it, nickname, capital city, some famous landmarks, waterways, physical features, and it actually even shows on the map, on the big map, where you would find it. So kind of like if you look at Idaho, it shows where it's at. They kind of have this, and then just this information. So it's really nice to kind of give them an idea of what they're looking into. We made it to specials. The kids this morning have been a little bit of a hot mess. My girls were a little extra this morning during our CNN 10 time. Had to send them back to their seats. They usually like to sit on the rug and watch CNN 10, but they were just so chatty. And I get it. It's 8 days. You know, they had the weekends, but they were just so chatty. So something must have happened over the weekend that they just wanted to discuss all morning. So we did that. My kiddos did the reading and then coloring in the Minion. Some of them didn't follow directions. And then they did the different states, you know, doing the landmarks, the nickname, all that good jazz. And so when they come back, they're just going to finish up. I know a lot of them didn't finish doing that, but they'll either get to do that or some silent reading. I'm hoping that this field day, that's where they were at. I'll record a little bit of it when we go back so you can kind of see just the overview of it, just to see like how it goes. Most schools that I've been at, it's just really weird because we've always had like a whole day of field day, and then kind of like our high interest day where it was like the entire day that the kids were like switching and doing a bunch of different things. So I was very surprised that they're only doing it for about 45 minutes during their specials. So it really doesn't do anything in terms of taking up class time for us, but yeah, so I'll kind of get a little bit of footage of that so you can kind of see what they do. They have like a whole setup. If you've watched previous video, you can kind of see our outside is really big. We're right next to a forest area, and so we have like a huge like outdoor field. They have like a huge soccer field. Kids love soccer, and then they have like this huge field that they use. So we'll kind of look at that when I go to pick them up. I'll go a few minutes earlier so I can just record and you guys can see more or less how it's set up. And then in the afternoon we'll probably end up doing the same concept with the reading and the maps. I mean, it's just something to keep them engaged at this point. I'm gonna start researching maybe doing some more games or some more scavenger hunts in class, just because at this point it's just like it's so hard to get them to focus. I mean, they've already finished all of their state testing, like map testing. They've done everything, and so it's kind of like they're just to that point where it's like we have nothing left to learn. I mean, they do, but they have this mindset where it's like, I don't need to learn anything else because we're not testing anymore and we're going on summer break. So that is a challenge. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you have never taught in May, you just do not know what chaos is at all with kids. So hopefully, but this is the kicker right here. Oh, I can't zoom in, but right there. 8 more days. We can do this. We can make it happen. 8 more days. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Record the field day, and then we'll take it to lunch. Hey friends, we made it to lunch, and I have my Soleil sparkling water lemon. And I do have some leftover pizza. And so that's kind of what I'm just gonna eat. I know that the afternoon we're supposed to be doing the same things we were doing this morning. Hopefully, it seems like my afternoon group is not as rowdy as of right now, so I'm hoping that they will go outside for recess and they will like let out some more energy, and so along with a field day, so hopefully that'll be a good thing. And then after that we will come back here and then they will get to working on that. This class loves to ask for extra recess, and so I'm pretty sure I'll get like 5 or 10 of those requests by the end of the day. But yeah, that's our plan for today. I'm just gonna eat my lunch. I thought about eating outside because it's really nice outside right now. It's probably 79 degrees. And I thought about it, but I'm like, it's just, I don't know. I like the quiet darkness of my classroom. Maybe I'll eat outside tomorrow. We'll see. But I don't know. Because a lot of our other teachers like to eat outside, and nothing against them, but like sometimes I kind of just don't want the conversation, and so I'd rather just kind of stay in here. But we'll see. Yeah, so I will check back in with you guys later in the afternoon to see how it went. And I hope you're enjoying your day so far. I wonder if I'm the only one that likes to either A, take a nap in my car, or B, just sit in here because it's absolutely silent. It's also really cold in my classroom. I think I told you guys this morning, even though it's like 80 something degrees outside. And it's warm in my in my car, so just lying here in my car, I have like 15 minutes before I have to go back inside to my classroom. And I don't know, I just thought it was funny because I was like lying here, I guess, so to speak, and just thinking to myself, I wonder how many other people just sit in their car and just enjoy the silence. Because, I mean, I can drive home in silence, but, you know, I'm still having to, like, pay attention to what I'm doing. Here I can just, like, lay back and not do anything. I don't know, just thought it was funny. But that's my day so far. But I'll catch up with you guys in about 2 hours and 45 minutes, give or take. So I made it. Another day in the books. I'm just cleaning up really quickly. Some of my students like to throw trash underneath their bookshelves over here, and so I was just sweeping up because I mean, I know in the summer they'll move all this stuff out to redo the floors, but I just don't want any grossness staying behind, so I'm like sweeping as I'm talking to you guys. But the afternoon was pretty chill. Funny story, so I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone. I know I had posted earlier about being in my car and just taking a moment of solitude and just quiet. And so I actually so kind of sidetrack, this morning at like 4 a.m, our neighbors like to let their dog out in the front yard, but they have him leashed, so he's just out there and he barks and he barks, and he woke me up this morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. So it was nice and warm in my car because, you know, the summer, or not the summer, I'm sorry, because it was like 80 something degrees outside, and I fell asleep and not thinking, you know, I was like, oh, you know, I was like, I'll just, you know, rest for a few minutes. Didn't set an alarm, fell asleep, woke up 10 minutes later than my scheduled time to be back. My principal was texting me. She was like, where are you? The person that has my kids during my prep period has to leave, and, you know, I'm making her late. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I mean, unfortunately, I just told her the truth. I was like, sorry. I was like, I fell asleep in my car. I didn't put my alarm. Totally sorry. I don't think she was mad about it. She kind of gave me a thumbs up on my message. I don't know if that was like a thumbs up to say, you know, I got you, or, you know, but yeah, I guess in the end, us teachers, we're only human, and when you wake up at 4 in the morning from a barking dog and then fall asleep in your car, yeah, that's the reality. So I'm gonna finish sweeping up and then I'm going to head out. Side note, we had to pack these bags. I guess our 5th graders, I'll just show you. They're in there now, and yep, they're right there. Yeah, so I guess they're doing this thing where they like send the kids off in summer with like these little drawstring bags, and they have like all these activities in there. So I have like a crossword puzzle, a book for them to read over the summer, like an I Survived book, color pencils, a little like journal, a Rubik's Cube sharpener, and a deck of cards. But it also has like instructions like this. Yeah, so like show them like how to use the deck of cards to like play with or whatever, to like invent games and things like that. So it's pretty cool. So, but I guess again, this is my first year here in the district, but I guess normally they would have people do it already, but I don't know if like this year they didn't have anybody or they're short staffed or I don't know what. So we had to bag them ourselves, which is okay because I only had to do 18. I was going to do them for my counterpart, but I don't know. Our office person was just really adamant about making sure that we did our own classroom, so I didn't want to like have her yelling at me. So but yeah, so I'm assuming my counterpart will do hers tomorrow, and then I think they're supposed to go out this Friday. So yeah, so again, going to finish sweeping and then I'm going to head out and then go pick up the kids, and then I don't know, see where the day takes us. I don't know if they'll want to go to the park. I know my son was begging about going to the library. So I don't know, maybe I'll take him to the library, maybe I'll take him to the park. I don't know. It's just really nice outside, and I'd rather they be outside than inside somewhere. So I'll let you know. Hey friends, wow, so I totally bypassed my day. So when I left school, I went to Jewel and I got dinner for tonight, dinner for not tomorrow, Wednesday, because we're having a kindergarten orientation for that little, oh, there he is, that little guy. And so okay, hold on. And they're having some kind of orientation for him, so they'll have like food trucks and a bunch of things outside. So we might not do dinner here. So I did get dinner for us, if not tomorrow, for Wednesday. And then I pick them up, and they're eating quesadillas right now. We are having American tacos for dinner. And so he eats the tacos. She usually doesn't, but he was in the mood for quesadillas, so that's what we're getting. So yeah, so that my day was pretty good. Just kind of long, and I'd contemplating taking the day off tomorrow just because I was kind of tired of just being at work, and just, you know, the kids are just checked out and they're done, but you know, I'm gonna make it through. I actually have a doctor's appointment on Friday, so I'm going to take Friday off. So the nice thing was that I had already made plans to take off tomorrow, but then realized that I had a doctor's appointment, so I couldn't take tomorrow off. Well, I mean, I guess I could have, but you know, as teachers, it's like probably frowned upon that I'm taking 2 days in the week off. So I didn't want to do that. Plus, that'd have been more work for me. So yeah, so I'm just gonna tough it out tomorrow with these checked out kids, and then just, you know, pray for Friday to get here, and then be good to go. So yeah, I don't know if I'll end it here. I might see you before I go to bed. Once I put them to bed, maybe sign off. But if I don't see you, make sure you like and subscribe this video. And but if I do see you, I'll remind you. Good morning, friends. I just made it to school. Sorry I didn't vlog in the morning. Had a lot going on, getting the kids ready. My son was awake this morning at like 5 because he went to bed super early, so I didn't get a chance to vlog. But I just got here. I'm going to head into my classroom, and then I will tell you about our day today. So, fun times. We made it to lunch. I totally forgot to record any content during class because, mind you, you're going to be low, so you might not see me for a second. Because we had to do our swap out of Chromebooks. So my students were getting their new Chromebooks that they're going to be using to go to their junior high. And so therefore they were doing that. We did once they got those, I assigned the escape room, and then they started doing the escape room. Sorry, my music cut you guys off. Yeah, so they started doing the escape room, but some of them actually went through and tried to do it the correct way, which was they were reading the prompts or reading the stories and then answering the questions, and then if they were getting it wrong, they were going back and checking. And then some of them were just clicking. Once they figured out, they just started clicking every answer to see if the sentence made sense with the clues, and then sometimes it did make sense, but then it would still be wrong, so they had to keep going back. So I mean, they still had to do some work, but it was more so like work that really wasn't work, in the sense of like them like half-assing the reading. And so so that was kind of a bummer, but I'm hoping that my next class, now that they have their computers, we don't have to really waste time and they'll actually do it, and they work together in a group. And I mean, I kind of already know, like I'm sure every teacher knows, the students in their group that are, or in their class that are going to, you know, try and work hard, and then the ones that are always going to try to find an easy way out. You know, it trickles on to, you know, in life in the end, because then they try to do that when they become adults, like us. So yeah, so that was pretty much it. So right now I actually brought a salad. We had these like pre-made salad types or whatever, and so I actually brought that, but for some odd reason, like I usually take like the big bag and I kind of take half one day and half another. And so I took half the other day, but I guess either A, like the air got into it, or B, I don't know what ended up happening, but the lettuce was kind of a little brown at this point. So I was like, all right, so I just tossed it out. And so I'm on my way to go get lunch. But I'll see if I hit you guys up at the end of the day to let you know how the scavenger hunt, or I'm sorry, the escape room went. And then let you guys know just overall. And then tomorrow we have our field trip, which is fabulous. So that'll be nice to, you know, get somewhat of a little break. I do have a lot of chaperones. I have like 4 or 5 chaperones, so I really probably only have like a group of 2 that I'll be with. So we'll see how that goes. It is nice that one of my students, who is a little bit more difficult in the sense, his mom actually volunteered to come. So I'm like, yes, a parent who can finally, you know, reprimand their son while they're in school, and I won't have to say anything because she'll put him in check. So that should be interesting. And then later, I think I mentioned this before, that I have the kindergarten orientation for my son. We're going to get to see his classroom. We're going to get to meet his potential teacher. So that'll be nice. I am excited about that. So that'll be wonderful. And then I'll kind of try to record what I can so you can kind of see a little bit. I am interested to see, like, I don't know if other teachers do this, but when I go to like different schools or different districts, I always like looking to see like what they have that we don't. Or of course, you know, being a teacher, I love going to other teachers' classrooms and stealing ideas, you know, sharing the wealth. But it is interesting to see like different districts. So like my son is going to be in a different district that I teach in, and the last time we went to orientation, I think you guys can hear me. We went to sign him up for kindergarten. They kind of gave us a little mini tour, and their teacher's lounge was like legit, and it was really nice. They had a soda machine. They had like all access coffee pods. It was really nice, and I was like, we don't have that. I mean, we don't even have a teacher's lounge. We have a workroom that has a refrigerator and a microwave in it, but we can't just all like sit in there and chill. So needless to say, so if you watched yesterday, well, I guess if you paid attention yesterday when I told you I fell asleep in my car and I was late, that's pretty much why, because we don't have like a solitude place to go to. So that kind of what ended up happening. But I will check in with you guys later. Sorry if I rambled a little bit, but I was just trying to get you up to speed with what I didn't record earlier. All right, so I'll check you guys in. All right, it's the end of the day. I'm getting ready to pack up and leave. Thankfully, the kids cleaned up the classroom. It looks fabulous. Yeah, so we did the escape room in the afternoon, and it went pretty good. Kind of same concept that happened in the morning. Some of them were just clicking and trying to get through, but it still took them effort, so win for me. But some of them actually did take it seriously, and they were excited that they actually went through it. Surprisingly, they wanted something a little bit different, like a murder mystery, as opposed to like a stealing whodunit, but it can't please everybody. But other than that, it was really good. And then one of my boys actually was out sick for a few days when we did our paper airplane challenge, and so he wanted to participate. Thankfully, I had forgotten that 2 or 3 of the groups kind of 3-way tied it. So we had another competition today to see who would go like to the next round, and so I let him go in, and he did make it, but he still got to participate, which I was happy about, because I know he was kind of bummed that he didn't get a chance to, because he loves paper airplanes. But 2 of my groups actually tied, and so I'm going to have them compete not tomorrow, because we're going on a field trip Thursday, and I told them that maybe we'll just do it outside, since it'll be a different environment, and kind of just see who will take the cake. So that'll be fun. And then that was pretty much it. So tomorrow we have the field trip to Brookfield Zoo. The kids are really excited. They're going to be more excited when they find out their groups, because we group them actually together with friends, only because we didn't want it to be where they weren't with their friends and then they went and they were like trying to be with their friends and then just like straying from the group. So we're like, we just put you guys together, have fun. And a lot of our parents volunteered, so so some of their friends got to go in groups with their parents, so that was a plus. So yeah, that's what we're doing tomorrow. So like I said, I'll give you hopefully a little bit of footage of that. I'll see if I can, only because parents might be there, and I don't know, they might be weary of just seeing me record content as opposed to just recording kids, but just content. So we'll see kind of how that goes, because my district's really like adamant about posting things or whatever, and so we just try to not include kids in there, and so that's about it. So if we don't get a chance to do that, maybe I'll check in with you in the morning, and then afterwards to tell you a little bit about the trip. So I'm going to pack up right now, and I'm going to go head to pick up my kids, and then we're going to go to that kindergarten orientation, which I'll record some of that so you can kind of see and hopefully see my kiddies' classroom for next year, or I guess next school year, not next year in August. So that'll be fun. And yeah, that's pretty much the day. But yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. is 9:58 p.m. So hopefully you get to see just a little glimpse of the kindergarten orientation. We were able to meet 3 kindergarten teachers and I think 1 aide. We got to see the rooms. One of them was really nice in terms of like size and just overall like ambience. Somebody seemed a little older. And then excuse me, sorry, a long day. And it was just pretty nice. It was good. The gentleman, one of the kindergarten teachers, Mr. K, he was really nice. So we won't know until later in the fall like who he'll have, but it was nice to meet them all and be able to kind of interact with them and see you know, how they were in their classrooms and things like that. So then we took them to the park for a little bit, and then you know, they got to play at the park, and so we came home, ate dinner. I just took them a bath, and they kind of are like fighting, so to speak, a 5 and 4-year-old fight. And my son decided to stay upstairs watching television in the bedroom. My assumption would be that he's eventually going to fall asleep. And then my daughter decided to stay in the living room watching it. And then I am here currently in our movie room watching Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I love Mission Impossible. I don't know. I can watch them all the time because it's just so action-packed. And I love action movies. I'm a little excited for the new one that's kind of come out. But I think some of the characters aren't going to be in there. Like, I don't know if Luther's going to be in there or Benji. But I'm still excited nonetheless. I just, our grades are due the 25th of May. And so, I know I shouldn't be working past contract hours, but I am a little behind and I do need to get it done. And then with tomorrow being the field trip and then Thursday going to Hadley, I probably won't have too much time to do grades. So I'm going to try to finish up as much as I can here. And then I think what else? I also have to finish inputting my F&Ps. And for those of you that don't know, F&Ps are like reading level. And so you test all the kids with the passage and comprehension questions, and then it just kind of tells you what level they are. The lower the level, like the closer to A is like lower, the closer to Z is obviously the higher. And so I think after like W, you don't really have to test them anymore because they're already pretty close to, you know, higher level. So I just have to input those, and then I think that's it. So tomorrow we'll chat about the field trip and whatnot. So I will bid you a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
That's
grateful that you cannot smell through the camera because it is very fishy in here. Fishy. So we're halfway done. We have, I think we have like an hour left before we have to head back, but it's been really good. Kids are really excited, really great. I honestly think a lot of them just haven't had the opportunity to really be out and about with their friends in a field trip, so this is awesome for them. They are really loving it, and it's a great day. Decided to switch classes. She said that her homeroom was a little on edge, so I think she just needed a break from them. So we ended up switching, which was fine because I ended up taking them out for extra recess. Granted, they wanted to be back outside after we had been outside all day, but they did pretty good. They played soccer, and we got back the last 15 minutes, and they just kind of hung around until it was time for dismissal. And so that was our day. We literally did nothing educational. Well, I mean, we did a lot of, we did have the scavenger hunt that some of the kids participated in, but I think that with driving there and getting everything situated, I think we only had like 2 minutes. Hey, sorry about that. My colleague just walked in to kind of tell me about something. Anywho, so, but yeah, they did the scavenger hunt, and they started to do it, but we just didn't have enough time. Like I said, by the time we did everything, we had gotten started probably like 10:30-ish, maybe a little earlier. And then we ate lunch, and so we probably maybe seen like 5 exhibits. But the kids had a blast. They had so much fun. They were with their friends, so it wasn't a total waste. I guess it was what it was supposed to be. They had a really good time, and it was like one of their end of the year shebangs for 5th grade before going into middle school. So I think I'm just gonna finish a few grades, and then I'm gonna pack up and then head home. I'm like beat, but my mom sent me a video saying that the kids, my kids, were riding their bikes and just at the park. So I'm hoping that they are also kind of beat, so that way they're not extra when they get home and I can rest a little bit. But we shall see. I will let you know when I get home. Good afternoon, friends. It is, excuse me, Thursday, May 25th. It is 11:54. Sorry I did not vlog this morning. I usually on Wednesdays I ride with my boyfriend because he goes into the office on Wednesdays. But today he chose to go in, or this week he chose to go in today, and therefore I didn't vlog in the morning because you know, it's just weird him being in the car, and I'm sure he probably doesn't want to participate. So but yeah, we actually had a mini field trip today. I know we went to the zoo yesterday, but we had a mini field trip today where we went to our junior high. So like our 5th grade students are stepping up to junior high, and so they'll be going to a different school, and so we kind of went over there to kind of meet the assistant principal and just kind of get a tour of the school with some of the students that are former students of our school, and kind of just give them the lowdown and then answer any questions that they may have about the transition. So we were there this morning from about 9:30 to about 11, and then we came back, and then kids kind of just, you know, hung out until it was time to switch. I mean, these days it's just harder and harder to kind of get them in education mode because they are just like so done, especially like 5th graders who are stepping into middle school. It's almost kind of like, you know, we're done, like we're, you know, moving on, and so it's just like the focus just is not there. So yeah, so I think tomorrow, so this is gonna be my last vlog for today. Tomorrow I'm taking the day off. It's just been a long week, considering, I mean, even though we haven't done much, but it's just been a long week mentally with the field trip and, you know, just everything that we had to do. So I'm done with all of my tasks like grading and doing folders for some of the kids that are transitioning to the middle school, and so I'm just gonna take the day off. I also have like a doctor's appointment, so it was just convenient to do so. And then we have Tuesday, Wednesday, because I think Tuesday's the 30th, which is our 5th grade picnic. So that's another, you know, shebang that we're doing for 5th grade. So that's Tuesday. Hopefully it does not rain, because if it rains, then we'll have to move it into Wednesday. But so yeah, so that'd be Tuesday, which I believe is the 30th. Then Wednesday, it'll just be a full day of probably cleaning up my classroom, maybe show movie, because at this point, the next day is like our half day, and so we will only be in school till 11:30. So I think that day I'll probably read the book, the last day of school, that's kind of been circling around. Maybe I'll read that, and then I'll have the kids like write me a letter, just to kind of tell, like, you know, what they enjoyed, what they didn't enjoy. I liked seeing those, and kind of, I think someone had a like binder of like kids that they had wrote letters to them, which was always nice, because I mean, I've been teaching for about 11 years now, and it is nice to be able to kind of go back. Some of the kids, you know, I've reconnected with on Facebook that are, we're kind of friends, and so, I mean, not friends, but like, you know, we keep in touch. And like one of my favorite students, she's actually, I believe like in her 20s now, or like 21, maybe a little younger, but you know, she's, you know, she graduated high school, she's, you know, got a job, she's an adult now, and so it is nice to kind of touch base with them, and so be able to kind of go back. And sometimes I'll send her pictures that we've taken together, like when we were like on field trips or whatever. And then I think she wrote me a letter that I had a picture of, and I sent it to her, and it was really cute. So I just thought it was a nice idea to just kind of have those, as well as learn a little bit about myself in terms of like what worked well, what didn't work well, what the students did like and what they didn't like. And I mean, you know, you kind of take it with a grain of salt, because, you know, kids that just didn't like your class, they're going to tell you a bunch of things they didn't like. But it is nice to be reflective. And so, you know, it's like, even though they are kids, like, you want to be able to listen to them and hear what they have to say, because some of the things they might say are important. And, you know, if we want them to be, you know, adults where, you know, they speak their mind and are able to advocate for themselves, then we want to be able to do that. Like a prime example, my daughter the other day, my son was yelling at her, or he was crying, and he said she pushed him off the chair. And, you know, normally I'm really good at like kind of going back and looking at our camera. We have like a nanny camera, and so I go back and I look at it, and then I'll like see what happened. And for some odd reason I was really busy, so I just didn't, and I kind of just like lashed out at my daughter. I was like, why would you push him, you know? And so she's like, I'm sorry. She was crying, and I, you know, but then I went back and looked at the camera to kind of see like, hey, what happened? Because he kept complaining in the night that his like stomach hurt. I think she just knocked the wind out of him. And so when I went back and looked, it actually was just an accident. They were both playing on the sofa, and I think they were just kind of moving, and he just fell. And so, but I guess he was under the impression from his perception that she had pushed him. And so I felt really bad. And so the next morning when I seen her, because she had already been asleep at this point, when I talked to her, I was like, I'm sorry. And, you know, I told her I was sorry, it was an accident. And she was like, yeah, it was an accident. And, you know, it was just really funny. So, you know, I just, you know, we're shaping their minds, and we want to be able to, you know, take ownership of things that we need to take ownership for, just like we want them to do. So, yeah, sorry, I know that was like a really long monologue and rant, but yeah, so I'll probably do that the last day of school, and then kind of just go from there. So I'll try to vlog this afternoon before I leave. My kid has a t-ball game today, my daughter, so maybe I'll vlog a little bit of that, and then wrap up the night, and then that'll be my last vlog for this week. I'll try to vlog next week to kind of show you guys the ending of the school year, and then that'll be it. And then if you guys get stuff over the summer, it'll just probably be me and my home life, and me and my kids and my dogs, and it'll be fun times. You get to see them, you know, go through the summer and get older, and my son start kindergarten. All right, well, I will eat my lunch, and then I will hit you guys back up in a little bit. The silence is real. Everyone is gone. The day is over, and this ends my week. I won't be back tomorrow. I'm waiting for my boyfriend to pick me up, so I'm just watching Kirsten Greeno. She actually kind of got me into vlogging. I just liked her really like basic, you know, everyday classroom as well as like home life. And I thought it was really cute, and so I kind of got into her, and so now I'm doing the same as well. Hopefully just as good, but who knows? I don't know. Comment below and let me know. Anywho, so yep, the day is done, and I have my student work over there for tomorrow for whoever is subbing. I have my plans that are going to be sitting right here. And then my roster for my students, so that way my sub, whoever is coming, will be able to do that. So hopefully everything will be great. As I said, I'm waiting for my boyfriend to pick me up. He went into work today, because like I said, normally he works from home, so he went into work today. And so yeah, so he is going to pick me up, and then like I said, we're gonna go to the t-ball game, and hopefully I want to see what the weather was like. Sorry. 63 degrees, so it's 63 degrees outside, so I'm hoping that it's not too cold. I honestly forgot to pack a sweater for my daughter, like a little like long sleeve to go underneath, but she's always hot anyway, so I don't know. I'm hoping that she's okay. If not, I think I am going to stop at the house, because I think my niece is going to pick or she's going to drop them off for me, so I just have to go home and let my dogs out, and then head to the park. So I'll probably vlog a little bit of the game, and then vlog a little bit of just being at home, and then I think that's going to be my week, because I won't be here tomorrow, and that'll just finish out my week. And then I will vlog next week as well, which we only have 3 more days. I was like 4, but no, we have 3 because we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Tuesday is our 5th grade picnic, so that is pretty much a wash. So technically I have 2 days with the students. And not only that, but I have a day and a half because that Thursday is our half day, so the students get out at like 11:30. So I will only have them for a few hours, and so we'll switch. So I'll have each class for like an hour, and then that's it. So, and that'll be a wrap on our year. And so I will kind of show you what my classroom looks like at the end, when I have everyone help me clean it out. That's the fun part of being a teacher. And the kids love helping, so they love being able to help you out. And so I'll have them do that, and then we'll be all set and ready to go. So I will see you guys in a little bit at this T-ball game. Everybody just needs to say, "Go Bandits," because that's the team she's on. All right, see you in a little bit. The day is officially over. T-ball was great. It's very cold, but see, my son has a winter jacket and I have my North Face. So, all right. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you guys next week bright and early on Tuesday morning. Happy Memorial Day.